Hey kids, Cousin Rich here from Castles, Capes, and Clones, and today we'll be unboxing this sucker. This is the Hasbro's Black Series Elite Force Effects Darksaber. So join me on today's episode of Hyperspace Hijinx. So the Darksaber, of course, most people around the world will know it from The Mandalorian, but actually it made its debut in the Clone Wars in a Jon Favreau directed episode. I think he directed it or he wrote it, but anyway, it was something that he actually created. In Star Wars lore, whoever wields the Darksaber basically is the ruler of Mandalore. And Mandalore is kind of like the Roman Empire. It's not just Rome or Italy, it's like the empire. So it could have been any of the other countries that Rome conquered. Same thing with Mandalore. Mandalore is a planet, but then its empire spans a bunch of different planets. In The Mandalorian, Din Djarin actually is the wielder of the Darksaber because he won it in combat from Moff Gideon, who somehow got it from Bo-Katan, but Bo-Katan herself didn't actually win it through combat. So I'm sure we'll get some kind of backstory on that, hopefully. So anyway, here is the box. If you can see it all. But you can kind of see Moff Gideon and Din Djarin over there. It says it has a bunch of different lighting effects. So obviously the ignition and, powering down. But then it also has a blaster defect kind of effect. And also they have a molten tip effect, which means like, where's the tip on here? The tip will kind of glow red. This kind of simulate when you poke it at something. Anyway, that's kind of cool. I think that's something that one of the many things that this has it over the Galaxy's Edge version of the Darksaber, which they also sell at Disney World and Disneyland. So let's take a look at what's inside, shall we? Okay, got it unboxed, so let's go through what is in the box. On the boring side, you have a USB charging cable because it charges by USB. You have an Allen wrench because you have to actually unscrew pieces to get to the power bank and also to attach and remove the blade. It comes with a stand. So the hilt goes like this. It's metal, so it's pretty sturdy, except for these two pieces. This is plastic, but this part is metal. That's good. Then you have the blade. Go there. You know what? I don't even know how long this blade is. Let me go measure it. Bear with me, kids. It is a 31-inch blade for those keeping score at home. And of course, you have the hilt. Now, this is mostly metal. In fact, I think it's all metal, except for the, this is the battery compartment right there. So, there's that. Now, it's pretty hefty, so I would say it's probably heavier than the Leia one that I showed a little bit ago. But yeah. Now, this has been sitting in a box on a ship probably for a couple months, so I'm guessing that the thing is dead. Usually these things, they have a little bit of juice in them, so you can play with it for a little bit, but I'm assuming that it's probably not. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the battery pack, which you do by unscrewing this thing with your Allen wrench. All right, so I took out the screw. It goes right here, and then you just pull out this thing. This is the battery compartment. Now the USB plug is right here, which means this is the end that goes into the hilt, which means you cannot charge your saber with this inside. A little bit of a disappointment there. Kind of wish they had something on the bottom so you can just charge it without having to do this whole thing of find an Allen wrench, unscrew it, and whatever. But anyway, it does also look like you can remove this, and I think it might have some rechargeable batteries in there, but you can charge it from USB. So I'm going to go see if it has a charge. It does not. So I'm going to charge it, and for you, that'll be, I don't know how long it's going to take me, but for you, it's going to be, and here we go. It is now charged. I'm going to replace this in here. Let's see. Go in there. Maybe not. There you go. I'm going to put back the screw. Right. And there you go. What I'm curious about is you can see here there's this window, or these 4 kind of slits. This should light up. So, hey, can you see that? It lit up. That's cool. So without the blade, you can actually kind of show it, and it stays. So if you want to put it on the stand, like so. Nifty. We don't want to do that, so let's power that down. You can hold it. It turns off. So now let's put the blade in. Again, you have to unscrew this part. Oops. And there we go. I think it's this one. Let's see. Yep. So kind of like that bottom part, you got to unscrew this part, which I won't let you sit through. Or will I? Okay, so I'm taking out this screw here. This should slide off. It does. And then you take this piece off. And you take the blade. That's the wrong end. Does it go like, goes like this? I think. Yep. Then you take this piece again, put it back, and then screw it back in. See how fun that is, kids? All right. For the next part, I'm going to light it up, but it's too bright in here, so I'm going to turn off the lights. First this one. Movie magic, it's not purple anymore. And get this. Turn off lights. And my camera will adjust. All right, ready? Let's fire this thing up. Wait, where's the button? Where's the button? Where's the button? Okay, ready? 1, 2. Woo! Let's see if we get the sound effects. Now, one of the complaints that people had about the Galaxy's Edge one is that the tip is dark. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but there is a little bit dimness, but I've seen the Galaxy's Edge tip, and it's way more dimmer than this tip. Right? And I don't think these light up in the Galaxy's Edge one also. Another complaint I heard about this blade in particular was the sound. And while it sounds cool, the sound hole is in the grip, right where you would put your hand, so it kind of muffles it. See, it's muffled. That's not great, but anyway. Like anything, it has the It does flicker a little bit. That's kind of cool. And then, like I said, it has other effects. So it has blaster defect. Let's see if we can see it. I think there's 3 different zones. And then it has the molten tip. So it's kind of like if you hit metal like this. You twist it. Like, ah. That's kind of cool. So there you go. That's lit up. Let's see it powering down. Oops. It doesn't stay lit up. Or if you hold it, then that turns off. Turn on lights. Adjust. All right. YouTube effects. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, it feels really nice in the hand. I think there are some shortcomings. Obviously, I wish the USB port was here and on the bottom somewhere. I get kind of why they didn't do it for aesthetic purposes, but I think for utility, it would have been nice to have it somewhere, maybe a little more in the script. Again, I don't know how easy it is to take off the Galaxy's Edge blade, but this is kind of a hassle, I suppose. You can't just twist it like you do with the other Galaxy's Edge ones. You have to unscrew it and whatever. So if you don't have your Allen wrench handy, can't really do it. But anywho, there it is, the Darksaber blade. Whee! I didn't win this in combat, except with my wallet, I guess. I got this actually from Amazon. I think it was like $230, $250. I can't remember exactly. I think the one at Galaxy's Edge is $200. I'm not sure. I am glad. I remember when I bought this, they didn't announce the Galaxy's Edge one. And when they announced the Galaxy's Edge one like a month later, I was like, oh man, I should have just got that one. It's cheaper. But I think some of the differences make up for it. I think a better blade, light scheme. I think the blade itself is a little bit, like this black part's more thicker, so it has more of an outline like it should. I think the Galaxy's Edge one has a wider white area. And also, I don't know if you can see the detail here, but like, it's not all black. There's like a grayish change in color, two-tone, and that also has a different kind of texture to it. I don't think the Galaxy's Edge one has that. Galaxy's Edge one might be louder. I'm not sure. I haven't really played with it. I think next time I go, I'm going to ask to hold one and see what it's like now that I have this. One thing it does not have, which I don't know, there's a hole here, so maybe you can put something there, but like there's no way to attach this to a belt. So there's that. I don't know, maybe I'll read up and see if there's something that people do. Like there is this hole here, so I'm assuming this might do something. I don't know. Or I hope I didn't toss away something. I'll check the box. But I don't think so. Anywho, kids, if you like this video, go ahead and actually like this video by tapping the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel where we do more things like this. We do a lot of Disney trip things where I go to Disney all the time. Lauren, my co-host on the podcast, does a lot of more merchandise stuff. I do more kind of Star Wars toys and Marvel figures. And then every week we have a podcast when there's nothing else going on. So most weeks we have a podcast on Thursday nights at 6:30 Pacific time. That would be Disneyland time. So join us for that. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.